Ben's, I think, doing a really nice job. He's becoming more consistent, kicking the ball, getting the ball up, his steps, those things. And Cole's becoming more comfortable as being the holder. And Fish makes that go. Fish, I think, is snapping really well right now, and it helps that we've got an experienced snapper there that makes Ben a little bit more comfortable, as well as makes Cole. So Ben's doing a nice job. We'll continue to put him through some stuff over the next 2 weeks, and I'm still probably looking to see who's going to return for us. We'll probably determine more of that on Saturday, because we'll do some live stuff on Saturday trying to see if a young guy maybe can do it. We know Perk can do it, and ultimately CJ can do it, but we got to be able to find a young guy.
Where's he at range-wise at field goal, and where do you think the potential is for him?
I would say when we're inside, he'll be comfortable 45 and in. Outside, it depends on wind and stuff, but I feel comfortable 45 and in, and that's what I've told him. We've got to get where you're going to be 85-90% from 40 in. Now how far can we push you back? And my bigger concern, if Ben isn't kicking off 10 times and doing that, I think he'll have a better opportunity to increase that range. The likelihood of him having to punt 10 times a game and kick off 10 times a game, unless we're getting a ton of possessions, but that's not the way our offense rolls. So the kickoffs are what take the most out of him.
When you look at, have you ever coached a situation like that before? In all of your stops, had a guy do double duty?
Yeah, I have, and I think the bigger thing that I've learned from it, and trust me, we talk to Ben a lot. Ben knows more about kicking than I do, I know that, is the kickoffs are what tax you the most. And if we can limit him during the week and maybe find another guy that can help us in a kickoff situation, whether it's Barney, whether it's Cam Peterson, somebody like that, into the season, it'll help his leg. Punting, he says, does not affect him.
How tough is it to do all three? Like, I'm sure the leg motion's a little different. I mean, where one doesn't, I guess, mess up the other when a punting stroke as opposed to like a field goal kicking
He
stroke.
told me, and once again, I would defer to him, but he told me it's not an issue as long as I don't overkick on kickoffs. That's the most taxing thing you have. And, he's done a few of those, but we've really limited him there. And most of our focus has been on field goals as well as our punt game.
Going into tomorrow, what are you looking for to see? What are you looking for? What positions for tomorrow for the scrimmage?
Well, all of our depth. I'm assuming it's going to be a day like today, where it's going to be really hot. So and that's what we talked to the guys about when we brought them up. I know Joe Haig's going to be good. I know Andrew Bonnet's going to be good. Just those two guys specifically. But who's the backups at those spots that can give us 10 snaps, 15 snaps at Montana at every position, so the guy doesn't have to play 70, 75 snaps. But names in particular, no. I'm just looking for depth. I'm looking for the wide receivers and defensive backs, as well as that running back position, to see where our depth is at there.
Health-wise, how you doing? Everybody back? Is Zach back? Or?
We've got a hamstring with Zach and Champ and hip pointer with Darius Shepard, who's had a phenomenal camp. I think all those guys will be back either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday of next week when we start our real prep. I had a couple concussions. Andrew Smith's probably the guy that's missed the most time with concussion, but we just visiting with Bobby. We hope to get him back probably middle of next week. So we've had these 7 to 10-day injuries that ultimately next week we'll be able to get those kids back, we hope.
You were wanting it hot. Is it this good for you to get ready for Montana?
This week has been great, because we told them this was going to be the grind week with a lot of two-a-days, a lot of good against good, NDSU. Now, come after that scrimmage on Saturday, on Monday, we'll turn the page, and we'll still go good against good for a period of time, but we'll really flip the script and go to a lot more Montana stuff. And I think it's supposed to cool down a little bit next week, so this has been a great week for us.